founder, the Greek general Alexander the Great. Having liberated Egypt from the Persians, Alexander commissioned a royal city on the western shore of the Nile Delta. Over 300 years before the birth of Christ, Alexander's architects drafted plans for a metropolis that would reflect the glory of its founder. Construction began in 332 BC. As it grew, the city became an important center of Greek culture, and its library and school of medicine were especially famous, attracting scholars and students from around the Mediterranean. Today, more than 4 million people live in what is now Egypt's second largest city. Buried under the concrete and asphalt of this modern metropolis lie the secrets of a lost empire. Deep in the bowels of the city and under burning desert sand, clues to Alexandria's mysterious past are uncovered, raising more questions than answers. What stores of knowledge were housed in Alexandria's legendary library? Where exactly was the celebrated Pharos Lighthouse, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world? What was life like for those who came here to this new city? For most, Alexandria was like no other metropolis in the ancient world. For over 10 years, French archaeologist Jean-Yves Empereur has studied Alexandria's beginnings. The director of the Centre d'études Alexandrines, he is amazed by the scale of this ancient city.
The streets are wider than in any other city. The Via Canopica, the Canopic Way, was more than 30 meters wide. And so it's incredible size for if you compare with the ancient cities like Athens or Corinth. It's like New York compared to Paris or London, you know? And even they had the skyscraper, like the lighthouse. So the Greek who came from the old trees from the islands were very much impressed when they came to the city.
The height of a modern 40-story building, the Pharos Lighthouse was unequaled in ancient times. Its light could be seen from 50 kilometers offshore. Based on plans by the Greek architect Sostratos, construction on the lighthouse began in 299 BC. 20 years later, the tower was almost finished. Soon it would become a beacon of hope for all who came to Alexandria, including one young woman, Agnodike. Fragments of her story have survived, thanks to the Roman scholar Hyginus. But almost nothing remains of the great lighthouse that welcomed her to Alexandria. Its exact location is still a mystery, though there is intriguing evidence that this is where it once stood. Today, a 15th century citadel called Fort Quate Bay dominates the entrance to Alexandria's harbor. Now under reconstruction, it sits on a peninsula that was once an island known as Pharos, the site of the ancient lighthouse. The work offers a rare opportunity to uncover age-old secrets. Were the ruins of the lighthouse used to build the fort?
Ein deutscher Ingenieur hat Anfang des 20. Jahrhunderts eine groß angelegte Untersuchung über die Zitadelle gemacht. Und er behauptet aufgrund Studien von den arabischen Autoren, dass sich der Pharosstumpf immer noch in der Zitadelle selber, in dem Hauptturm befindet. Dies kann aber nur durch Grabung untersucht werden. Und wir sind jetzt dabei, rund um den Turm herum an verschiedenen Stellen Sondagen zu machen. Das heißt, in kleinen Fenstern runter zu gucken auf den Fels, um zu sehen, ob wir irgendwo die Abmessungen für die Fundamente finden, irgendwelche Spuren, die auf den Leuchtturm hinweisen.
To find those traces, Katrin Markinek, an architect on Dr. Ampereur's team, must go underground through a hole cut in the roof of what was once a giant subterranean reservoir. It was built to supply soldiers with water during lengthy sieges. Now it's a showcase of architectural history. Pieces of Greek ornamental molding and chunks of ancient pillars litter the walls and floor. Are these the fragments of the missing lighthouse?